What's going on, my XFL family? How y'all doing? The first XFL game of the year. Now we're going to have people popping in here with a lot of questions. All right? And understandably so. This is not the XFL that you remember from the past. This is not the run to the crowd, chug a beer, crush it on your forehead, and then run back out for the next play. It's not the same type of XFL. They're trying to take this a lot more serious than they did in the past. Vince McMahon has ponied up, from what I'm hearing, close to $500 million to start up this XFL. So it's going to get kind of crazy. Links are down in the description if you need one to watch this game. The rules are wildly different than the NFL. And if you're wondering what those rules are, I uploaded a video 2 days ago going over all of the rules for the XFL. What's up, Coop? You got a team yet? I sure do, Danny. The Tampa Bay Vipers. Stacy Coley is on the Vipers. And listen, they're rocking the green, and it's kind of my favorite color. Plus, you know what I'm saying? So, the Vipers are going to be my team. Vipers are your team. I got you, Greg. I feel you. Bergie, what's going on? This is going to be kind of fun, I think. It's going to be cool to check it out and just see how it goes. There's no regular season football right now for college or NFL, of course. So let's see what happens. Let me type up a message letting people know that links are in the description. I know, no extra points, and the kickoff should be interesting. Check out the kickoff, guys. The receiving team and the kickoff unit are going to be 5 yards apart. Nobody can move until the receiving guy catches the ball or the ball has touched the ground for at least 3 seconds, and the ref will signal that. It's going to be very different. I'll tell you what I most want to see here, what I'm most curious about, is how many points do these teams score. That's kind of what I'm curious to see what the final score is going to be. Are we talking like 85 to 55? Like, is it going to be something crazy like that? I don't know. Keep in mind that after a team scores, they can go for a play from the 1 yard line, the 5 yard line, or the 10 yard line worth 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points. So an 18-point deficit is still a 2-possession game in the XFL. The idea is less stalled, more ball, lots of points. That's the best way to look at it. But this game is the DC Defenders, the home team today, versus the Seattle Dragons. And you're going to see some names that you might recognize. There are a lot of guys from college teams or guys that try to get into the NFL and didn't quite cut it. So keep an eye out on the names. You're procrastinating. What's going on, ZJ? No stripper cheerleaders, not this go around. No, that didn't quite work out for them. You're right, Clemson all day. It's still cool to check out, Is this going to be a flop? Maybe. We don't know. Cardell Jones, QBing for DC. Yep. As I said, you're going to see some names that you're familiar with. Yeah, you know me, Dante. I think we talked about it last night. I'm rooting for the Vipers. But yeah, Dante wants to know who you guys are repping. It's funny because the NFL is already so established, right? College football is already so established. So it's weird to have a new league, so to say, because you're like, who do I pull for? Like, do I pick the team that has my favorite colors on their jersey? Do I pick the team that has some of my former favorite players? Do I pick the team that's closest to me location wise? Like, how do you determine that, you know? Like, maybe you just grew up and your family was a fan of this NFL team or this college team, or your friends were, or you know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. What's going on, Bradley Kane? Seattle got sweet helmets. So check out this kickoff. And I'm curious to see if this goes off without a hitch. First XFL game. How smooth does this go? Here we go. Here we go, baby. We'll see some big hits, lots of points. What if he just busted it out and took it to the house on the first kickoff? Wouldn't that be crazy? You thought you'd be a Dragon fan because they have Miami colors? I went with the Florida team, with the Vipers. I was hoping they were going to do this. They're going to kind of show us where these players have played. That's cool. This looks like football. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. That's the idea, Chris. 25-second play clock that starts once the ball is spotted. There's literally a dedicated ball spotter. That's his only job in the XFL, is to spot the ball as quickly as possible. That's what he does. You can see he's got a little pouch with a football on his side. He's holding another football. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already kind of happy that there's some football to watch. I'm just being straight up. We're 2 plays in, and I'm kind of happy that there's some football to watch right now. Is my volume too loud for you guys on the game? I know you can probably hear it in the background. I can turn it down if you need me to. Yeah, the DC defenders, I saw you guys mentioning it, are supposed to have a pretty stout defense. Ugly pass. Presentation looks good. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, Bergie. I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the overlays. I'm looking to make sure that the refs seem like they know what's going on, what they're doing, the cameramen, like everything with this. Dude threw a duck. He did. He did. There's probably a lot of nerves right now. Now the punting is a lot different as well. No more pinning opponents deep by kicking it out of bounds. Because if you try to kick it out of bounds, it's automatically placed at the 35 no matter what. It was the 35 or the 45. I need to go back and watch my own video. Alright, here we go. Let's see what the DC Defenders offense can do. Those Dragons uniforms look mighty orange and green. You're leaning towards Seattle, Dante? Alright. 35, that's right, Dante. As I said, guys, the idea is to keep the action going. This should be a fast-paced style football, as far as just the XFL in general. Not a lot of commercials. Not a long halftime. It's funny because they just have to make a lot of assumptions based on stats and a lot of the analytics and stuff that they have, but real talk, we don't know how good or bad each of these teams are going to be until they start playing. 2 timeouts. 2 1-minute timeouts per half. Seven plays is all it took for an injury. Yeah. I mean, the crowd doesn't look too bad, considering this is the first XFL game. You know, how much do you really expect? I don't expect, 100,000 people to show up for this. You're going to go with Seattle for the year. Nicest unis I've seen. They're orange and green. All right, there you go, Bergie. You got your team, man. Cantor says, let's go Seattle. It's good to see you, Cantor. I still had to rock the Miami Cup, but it's not the game day Miami Cup. It's like this tall, right? So we're not rocking the game day cup for Miami. That's for game days only. You going to the first home game? Sweet. Dante, I've always thought that would be cool. But people do not like the idea of changing up Miami's helmets. Do not like it. Is there a green and yellow team? Yeah, the Vipers. Bradley Kane says, Dante, it's Dante. Yeah, man, like I said, I like the idea. It'd be pretty cool, like an alternate uniform. I just can't believe I'm watching football on February 8th. Like, what? And I don't know. I'm just going to be upfront with you guys. Small talk for a second while we've got commercials. I don't know how much XFL content I'm going to do. If people don't like it, I may not really go with it. I don't know. And I realize this isn't the Vipers, which is the team I'm going to pull for, but this is the first XFL game. So I thought it'd be kind of important to hang out for that one, There might be XFL content on this channel. This might be the last time we ever do it. It might be the first and the last. I don't know yet. The Vipers have a ton of Miami-born players, yeah. We got Stacey Coley. And you're right. They got Murray from Georgia as a starting QB. So it's going to be real interesting to watch the Vipers play. 3 Buckeyes in the XFL, and they're all on the Defenders. I know your team. You're right, Cypher. Vipers play tomorrow at 2. Yep. They've put some money into the XFL, let me tell you. They really want to make this a thing. What's good inside the Canes? I mean, I can't deny that, Bradley Kane. Can't deny it, man. All right, let's go. Let's see what this DC offense can do. And now this football was specifically designed for the XFL as well. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it does look a little different. And tickets for these games, they're not bad. Like, I was looking, tickets are like 25, 30 bucks. Ain't bad. Ooh, what kind you get, Crip? They're moving the ball. You DC fans are grinning from ear to ear right now. Playmaker, how's it going, man? They look a little overweight. We'll see, Cantor. We'll see how they're looking in the fourth quarter, right? Welcome to the XFL, baby. And double forward passes are legal. So I'm waiting for it. Got flattened. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember Brady. Yep. Right now, I feel like everybody's still kind of antsy. They hitting the XFL, baby. You're right, Danny. I'm telling you, some of this stuff, some of the rules, hear me out. There might be a rule or two that potentially could get implemented into the NFL, like the kickoff, for instance, because it eliminates that collision on kickoff. I'm just saying, it might happen. You know they're watching, at least looking, right? You know all the top NFL guys are watching this right now to kind of see how it goes. What's going on, Seth? Phoenix Skies. Sure, Wayne Waldo, it has been a bit, man. It's looking like the DC Defenders might put some points on the board. Might be the first team to score in the XFL. Nathaniel says, let's go Dragons. Yep. You're right, Dante. We're supposed to be the Oregon for Adidas. Yep, you guys see him. Red cap. Official ball spotter. Important man on the field. First down. Are you doing a live stream for the Vipers tomorrow? I am not. Just because this is just feeling it out to see if people are interested in doing hangouts for the XFL. I'm enjoying it so far. I have had a good day, Tony. I've had a real good day, man. He's like the ball boy at tennis. There you go, Chris. He just stands over there holding the football like this, just waiting. And then he just takes off running as fast as he can after each play. What are the teams again? The teams right now are the DC Defenders and the Seattle Dragons. Some ugly passes. Yeah, Bob Stoops is the head coach of one of the teams, I believe. They're even experimenting with allowing coach to player communication via like a helmet receiver, basically a speaker in the helmet or like an earpiece or something. And I don't think they have implemented that yet, but they're all for it if they can get something to work. Dallas Renegades. Thank you, Dante. I've looked up a lot of it, but there's a lot of it that's slipping my mind at the same time because it's so different. Yep, 2 timeouts per team, per half. The idea is Less stall, more ball. So as you can see, yes, field goals are allowed. But given that you can score up to 9 points in the XFL, if you score a touchdown and then your uh, play after that is from the 10-yard line and you put up an additional 3 points is it's not a lot. It's not a lot. All right, Cypher, a field goal. Ooh, it looks cold there. Ooh. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm uh I'm waiting to see somebody score a touchdown to see if they go for a play from the 1, the 5, or the 10. That's what I want to see. Hey, I appreciate it, Crip. Hanging out with me, man. I this kickoff thing might grow on me. I don't know. That might grow on me, man. I'm not playing. What do you guys think about the kickoff? At first, when I looked at it, I was kind of like, I don't know about that. You know, lining up 5 yards apart and then taking off once the ball touches the receivers. But I don't know. Yeah, and there's definitely potential to break out a big run right there because you really don't have many guys back. Yeah, I think I like it. If you hit one hole, you gone. Exactly, Ian. That's it. It's over. Touchdown. Yeah, I've got links down in the description, guys. People are asking what channel. I've got links down in the description, 3 links for you. Actually, I said 4 and held up 3 fingers. 3 links down in the description if you're looking for the game, guys. Couple of injuries already, though. It's funny that the idea is fast paced, and we got a couple injuries holding it up. Oh, Greg McElroy. You Bama fans are super familiar. Are you right? Update the score, Ian. What am I doing? Thank you for staying on top of me, man. I've already been out of the saddle too long, haven't I? Team 9 getting ready. Yeah, basically, guys, they have a Team 9 that's just chock full of healthy guys ready to go.
Call my mama.
Sup, Coop, you play DraftKings or FanDuel? Stay bless.
NFL, DFS, Payback TV. Thank you for the $1.99, man. I didn't expect any donos in the XFL hangout. Yes, that was Vince saying, somebody call my mama. Thank you, man. I'll get you up there for top dono on the day. I do not bet on any football, period. For me personally, I feel like it changes the way that I watch it. So I personally don't. But I mean, I definitely see the appeal, you know? Totally. Thank you for that, man. But yeah, I've got new notifications, and all of them are Vince. Saying something. Good hard run. All right, all right. Sounds good, Nathaniel. Yeah, I like those guys over at Sports Fury. Yeah, this is my only live hangout for the XFL for the weekend, guys. So Seattle's got a little bit of a run game. All right. Somebody was asking what Team 9 is. I'll literally just read it. I'll read it straight off of the site. It says Team 9 is essentially an extra squad stocked with players available to fill open roster spots on any team in the league at any time. Basically, if somebody gets injured and they need a guy, they can call up Team 9 and they can send a guy over. Pretty cool, actually, if you think about it. Yeah, 1 foot in bounds in the XFL. Which I'm also cool with. You know, more completed passes. Keep moving downfield. A lot of it, in my opinion, Bergie, because Bergie says, in all honesty, if this makes it to season 2, I'll be surprised. I like what I'm watching, but making this work is going to be a tough thing to do. I think a big thing is building relationships with fans. What do you guys think on that? Give me some honest input. You need to get fans invested, involved, and you need to build a relationship and make them want to cheer for these teams. Touchdown, Seattle. Now, here we go. Let's see. The first XFL touchdown. Now, what are they going to do? You see the lines? 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. Your choice. Real interesting. They're just going to go for the 1 point. All right. There's no kicking extra points in the XFL. All right. 6-3. Should have went for 3. Now, what's crazy, too, is the defense, when they're going for their extra points, if the defense creates a turnover and runs it all the way back, they get whatever points the offense was going for. So if they go for 3, the defense creates a turnover and runs it back, they get those 3 points. He's behind on purpose. It's actually, I have the lowest latency setting set on YouTube, but unfortunately, it's just the delay of streaming in general. Basically, everything I say has to go from my connection to YouTube, where it then has to be compressed and then sent out to you. So there's always a delay, unfortunately. And you can kick an onside kick, but it can't be a surprise onside kick. You have to let the referee know that you are kicking an onside kick, and everyone will line up just like they do in the NFL for an onside kick. You want to see a 3-point attempt? Yeah. I mean, just think, if you have a team that's really confident offensively, maybe you do go for the 3 points each time, right? Really build up that lead. I really like the potential there for that. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? When I'm talking about it's going to be all about building up the relationships with the fans. They've got the money. Vince McMahon has the money. Vince McMahon did say he was ready to fund it at a loss at first. $500 million over 3 years. But yeah, it requires fans to survive. Yep. Right, you got to get the fans invested in this. Because like I said, the NFL already has a huge advantage because they're so established, right? Your dad had a team he cheered for. Your dad's dad had a team he cheered for. Your dad's dad had a team that he cheered for, right? They're so established already. We've got these new teams, coaches we're not familiar with, potentially players we're not familiar with. We're familiar with from their past, but not with where they are now. What's going on, B Buddies Forever? How you doing? Might be easier to throw from 3. It might. You're right. You'd go for 3 every time, Bergie. You can't find the channel. NFL, DFS, I have 3 links down in the description, man. I'm actually using one of them to watch the game right now, if you're trying to find the game. You're right, Bergie. Yeah, familiar voice. That helps. It's too early to say exactly how I feel about it. I may even do a video tomorrow and be like, hey, I watched a couple of XFL games. Here's my thoughts. It's on ABC. Sure is. Yeah, I like the kickoff. 100%. I'm going to go ahead and make that statement right now. I like the kickoff. Yeah, Bergie's a real good guy, Dante. Real good guy. Yeah, my team Ref Taco is going to be the Vipers, but I wanted to check out the first game of the season. Feel free to ask questions, guys. Like if anybody's like, why the heck is this like this? Or what does this mean? If I don't know it, somebody here knows it. If the fans like it, they'll be just fine. It'll help, Tony. Be a big help. I mean, I'm hearing some fan noise. Mama Coop is in the building. Mama Coop, happy Saturday. It helps that the game tickets are cheap. 20, 30 bucks a pop to go watch a football game. Ain't bad. Mel, what's going on, man? You watching? I still really appreciate that from last night, Mel. You were at work and everything. That was huge. Rep interference.
Daddy's coming home!
Ray Walker. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Ooh, we got it. The way that the punting is set up, you're going to see a lot more teams going for it on 4th down. I think. Yeah. You're right, Bergie. Like I said, all the notifications are Vince saying something crazy. Like, what do people call them? Vince McMahonisms? something like that. When do the Vipers play? They play tomorrow on Sunday, Bradley. I'll definitely be watching it, just not streaming. No, it don't, does it, Cypher? They don't want to punt. It's hard to pin your opponent deep with a punt in the XFL. XFL games should be about 3 hours, 3.5 hours max. It's good to see football. That's what I'm saying, Big Greg. That's how I'm feeling so far. Woo! I got the crowd into it. Just a little get off me. Nice throw. Ooh, Mel, there's a lot. There's a lot. It would be actually kind of hard for me to sit here and explain all the differences. One of the big things you're going to notice, Mel, is the play clock is 25 seconds. And that does not start until the ball is spotted. There's an official dedicated ball spotter. And it's the guy with the red cap on. And his job is to just spot the ball. But I did post a video. I posted a video 2 days ago on all of the rule differences. There's a lot of big differences. What do you guys think about having the coach mic'd up? I would hate it if I was the coach. I'd absolutely hate it. Cool for the fans. Cool for the viewers. True. See the passion. Yeah. What about the punting? The punting, there's a couple of things that are different. The punting team can't release past the line of scrimmage until the ball is actually kicked, not when it's hiked back. Cardell Jones is pretty elusive. All right. The other big thing is if the ball goes out of bounds inside the 35-yard line, it's placed at the 35-yard line. So you cannot pin opponents deep by kicking it out of bounds. So a lot of people believe that's going to limit punts in the XFL. If it's kicked out of the end zone, placed at the 35. Oh, man, don't show me them nacho fries, man. They're just as good as they look. If you ain't never had nacho fries from Taco Bell, you're missing out. Let me tell you. Whew. I don't think the coaches like it. I wouldn't. I mean, just think about it. How would you like to be mic'd up as the coach on the sideline, knowing that at any point they can cut to you and be picking up what you're saying. Mm-mm. I'll be like, no, I volunteer the opposing team's coach. No, thank you. I'll pass. Hard pass for me. Thank you, Austin Cruz. Appreciate the $4.99. Listen to Vince, guys. Here comes Vince. Everything that man says cracks me the heck up. Nacho fries suck. You don't like them, Ian?
Somebody call my mama.
What XFL should do for the fans to get behind it, put these teams in popular lower market, like Orlando, San Diego, San Jose, San Antonio, Birmingham, Virginia Beach, Tucson, Oklahoma City, Boise, and etc.
Somebody call my mama.
Hey Coop, I thought I'd stop by say what's up, go Canes 2020. Sorry I missed yesterday's live stream, and I'm gonna try and go to the Miami versus FSU game. Fire.
Sounds good. Austin Cruz, thank you for the $4.99, man. No problem. Hey, we had a good time, though, talking about Manny and the Kool-Aid. And, yeah, I'm going to try to go to the FSU game also. Appreciate the $5, Austin. And Terran Blow, my man, with the 20. You're right. I mean, that would have been a good idea, actually. I do think so. Unfortunately, I say it's too late for that. They could add additional teams. Right now, there's only 8 teams. So, you never know if it grows, if it blows up. You know, thank you, Turin Blow. I'll get you up there for top dono. Hopefully you got to check out a little bit of the stream from yesterday, Austin. It was a good time, man. There were a lot of fans who did not agree with my viewpoint on giving Manny Diaz some respect. Let me tell you, ooh, it was interesting. And how have you been, Turin? How's your Saturday? Like to see them try it with Bill Belichick? Oh, gosh. Here's how you get them to not mic you up. Just tell them when they ask you, they're like, all right, we're gonna mic you up for the game, all right? And you say, all right, have your finger on the bleep button. Just a heads up. And I bet you they'll say, okay, never mind.
Call my mama.
I'm not drinking nothing, and by the way, Dante was right.
Somebody call my mama. Thank you, Austin, for another $1.99. You ain't drinking nothing. Fair enough. Fair enough. DC's about to score. I ain't even paying attention. Oh, Miss Coop is here. She says, hey, Coop. Wow, the camera just cut out weird or something. You on your way home, Miss Coop? That's my wife. The blue name with the wrench beside it is my wife. Woo! Are they going to kick a field goal? I mean, that's going to tie it up. I know, assuming they get it, but I'm kind of surprised. 2 field goal attempts already in the XFL. Coming up with nothing. Wow, they're literally like trying to get in there and interview all the players. They're trying to make you feel like you're there. Mic'd up coaches. Kind of give you an inside look. That fumble really messed them up, man. You got to keep her, Coop. Listen, Miss Coop cheers for Miami. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to find you a woman that goes to Hard Rock with you and screams and cheers for Miami. Kane's superfan says, I'm from Florida, so okay. Go Defenders, though. Okay, I feel you. In-your-face interviews. I know, and like right after something bad happened to us, like Cardell, what happened when you effed that play up? Why'd that happen, Cardell? Man, get that out of my face. The announcers are good, yeah. I don't know. I guess that's kind of cool, though. What's instant reaction from you guys about these interviews with the players and stuff after the plays? You like it? You not like it? I guess for the fans, it's cool. But I think they're going to find out real quick that after some real bad plays, there might be some, some heated interviews.
Somebody call my mama.
Missed FG sound like Miami last year lol. Face with tears of joy.
Boy, I can't tell the difference if I'm streaming an XFL game or a Miami game, Austin. Thank you for the 2, man. Can't tell the difference. I foresee a lot of, you just made a big mistake. How would you have done that differently? Yep. Seemed like that wide receiver was wide open. Why'd you throw such an ugly pass? Like, how do you answer that? What kind of play was that? He's more worried about his hair. Listen, I can't talk because I wish I had more hair. So, I can't say nothing. That lady is cringe. Yeah, you're right, Bergie. 2 penalties so far, yeah. That's not too bad. It's also kind of keeping an eye on these refs to see if they make the right calls. What does your hair look like? Not many people know, Freeman. I might have a bun up in here. That might be why my hat's so tall. When it hit you, it just dropped it right there in the basket. Oh. Beautifully placed ball. Only requires 1 foot in bounds, but if he would have pulled that down, he would have had 2 feet in bounds. Understandable, Dante. I agree. If Miami has a great 2020 season, how would you feel about Alabama the following year? Ooh, it'd be too early for me to say, Austin. I know you kind of set it up with the if they had a great 2020 season, but I would need to see who the QB is going to be, if we have any other additional coaching changes, where Alabama stands going into 2021, Do y'all see how much heat the Seattle quarterback is putting on the majority of his passes? Obviously not the floater that he dropped down in the basket that was dropped. But the rest of them, he is just slinging it. Like in a bad way. Like there's trying to fit it into a tight window. And then they're slinging it when you don't need that extra oomph on it. Yeah, reading the quarterback's eyes, man. Good play on defense right there from DC. Stared down his wide receiver. Read his eyes. Jumped it. Really good read. Easy read if you think about it. The Dragon helmets are pretty sweet. He was throwing a fastball. It did, yeah. What's going on, Ruben Terry? Turin, did I miss when I was asking how you been? Hopefully you've been all right, man. I might have missed your response. Do you think Johnny Manziel will ever get a shot again? Nah. Nah, his future is insurance commercials. Yeah, see, you notice with that interview, he's like, all right, I'm going to get back over here. And she's like, okay, you do that. Me too, Austin. Me too. Watching football also can kind of make you want college football to be back already, or maybe NFL to be back already. But this'll, maybe if we can get into XFL a little bit, it'll get here even sooner. You know, it gives us something to watch. You feel like this version will have a lot more interceptions and turnovers? It might. Killamime, thank you for the kind words, man. Appreciate you hanging out. We've got fans of a lot of opposing teams that hang out here. And it's a good time, man. We've already seen more punts and field goals than I expected. Mansell is far from poor. Oh, yeah. I agree. I kind of want to hold an XFL football. I want to see what that thing feels like. Let me see if I can find a picture of them up close. They did a whole video on making it. Let me see if I can find one. Man, it's kind of hard to tell the differences.
Somebody call my mama.
Coop, between me and you, I would divorce my wife if she didn't give me kids. She's FSU fan. Go Caned.
Oh, Turin, my man.
Like your Cowboys 88 lol face with tears of joy.
Austin, bringing up the America's team. That's America's team, Austin. Careful now. Thank you for $1.99, Austin. There's always next year, right? New head coach. Thank you, man. And Turin with the 5. How do you... we got commercials. Tell me how a Miami fan, like, how do you manage real talk, Turin, being married to an FSU fan? Like, that has to be, like, I know some people are going to say Coop is just football, but the constant, you know, right now it's good times because Miami's on a win streak, so you're getting to throw it in her face, right? But when Miami's down and she's getting to throw it in your face, ooh, boy, I don't know. They'll be nervous the first half. You're right, Dante. You're right. This is kind of a good close-up picture of an XFL football. This isn't really going to show you the differences, though, by me just showing you a picture. I want to pull up the actual specs of the football, any size differences, and just kind of the way that they're made. We'll look into that. We'll look into that a little bit later. But the footballs are a little bit different. Take her to the mall and you're good, Coop. Well, I wouldn't want to have to buy her a new purse every time Miami beats FSU. Like, how is that fair? You know? So she's not mad at me. I have to take her to the mall and buy her a new purse. Huh? I don't know about that. I got a lot of respect for Turin, let me tell you. Look, that coach, Seattle's coach is like, listen, get out of my face, man. We're about to start running some plays. Come on now. They might have to back off the interviews a little bit, for real. But Dante brings up a good point. A lot of these guys haven't played in a long time, not on the stage, right? Maybe they've done some practices. Maybe they've done some scout team stuff. They've done practices for the XFL.
My mom was a Gator fan. My dad is a Canes fan.
Are they still married, Austin? Thank you for the $1.99. Did their marriage last? Are they still together? Appreciate you. Man, nothing available. Tries to kick it to the outside. They aren't? All right, well, there you go. Coop, do you think Miami can go undefeated? I mean, they could. Will they? I don't know yet. I need to see some spring ball and some summer and fall stuff before I start making predictions. This year I'm holding off on the predictions until closer to the season.
Somebody call my mama.
Every year we beat them. I hit her with the DJ Khaled another one lol.
Oh, that's great, Taryn. Now, see, I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I try to keep these streams PG. But I'm going to tell you where the real issue would lie here, Turin. Thank you for the 5, by the way. Is when it comes time for the birds and the bees, if there was any holding back or denying because of being upset about your team losing. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to stop there. That's something that could also be a potential problem. At least it's only it would only happen one time a year. Right? Only one time a year that they're going to play, so I'll leave it at that. South Georgia Kane, how's it going, man? I don't really think that I thanked you properly last night, South Georgia Kane. I didn't even realize that when you Woo! Interviews are done. That was it. That's it. They ain't gonna interview. What were we talking about, guys? What were we talking about with the interviews? What happened? One of the players dropped the F-bomb on the sideline interview. Ooh. That's one way to end them real quick. Stop it real quick. Okay, so they're going to go for a two-pointer. I love how Cantor's like, he swore. No, Coop, my parents didn't last night cuss football, though. I got you. Going for two. Six to 9. Not the score I was expecting. Weird so far. You know that's already going to be on the headlines, right? XFL does sideline interviews right after the play. First game of the year, an F-bomb is dropped on live TV on ABC. 100%. That is going to be, just remember this moment. That is going to be one of the headlines. Oh, that hurts. Matey Beast. Oh. I have not heard that yet, Dante. About Tua's younger brother with the portal is rumored to the U. No, I have not heard any news on that at the moment. Doesn't mean that it's not happening or that it's not legit. I'm just saying I haven't heard anything about it. Freeman, you're in Taiwan? Heck yeah, that's cool. They're going to back off the interviews for the rest of the game. Watch. Well, I noticed that she ran over to the guy that blocked that punt, but then they didn't do the interview. So, I don't know. Yeah, I would be very... I don't think it would happen, Dante. I mean, you never know, right? But I don't think that it would actually happen. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Bergie. He says, so far the game is good, but the quality of players or lack thereof is apparent. Doesn't mean it can't succeed, but the players need to tighten up. Fair enough. That's why I really wanted to do a live hangout for the very first one, the first game. To see how the refs do, the coaches, the players, just the presentation in general, what it's like. This is the very first game, and I do think that people have to keep that in mind. And I'm not trying to hype up the XFL and make it something that it's not or make it better than what it might be. But I'm just saying you do have to keep that in mind. The Renegades is who you're rooting for? All right. I'm definitely watching the Vipers game tomorrow. 100%. I mean, so far it's been entertaining. There's been some big hits. Some big plays. An F-bomb dropped on live TV. I mean, come on. I'm just waiting for somebody to bust out a big return on these kickoffs. I'd love to be a return man with this style of kickoff. I'd love it, man. How many of them were on practice squads and third strings the last couple of years in the NFL? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I think Dante that after this first weekend of games, they will make some adjustments. Like you can practice all these things, but it's different when it's live and it's actually happening. Like it's game time. You know what I'm saying? So I think they'll probably review feedback because they want it to be successful. And if they want it to truly be successful, they're going to have to look at feedback from this and adjust accordingly based off of that. Yeah, there's been a couple of big drops, Bergie, like real big drops. If you guys are looking for the game, I've got 3 links down in the description. Lots of drops, yep. Maybe in the second half, they'll really be kind of settled in and they can just play, you know? Yeah, I think he's putting too much heat on it, Danny. I think the Dragons QB is slinging it when he doesn't have to. Okay, again, way more punts than I anticipated. It is better than baseball, 100%. 100%, you're right. Football, I'm sorry, will always be better than baseball. And this is coming from someone who I played baseball. I played football and baseball. And football is much more entertaining to watch. For me personally. Like I mentioned in my video about the rules, I want to see the training video for the dedicated ball spotter. That's a missed opportunity to make a funny video, you know? But I guess, again, they want to be taken seriously. Am I live streaming the next game? I am not, Jason the U. This is going to be the only one I'm going to do. We're just kind of treading lightly, dipping our feet in the water a little bit. What a weird analogy. Who says that? Kind of see if people like these or not. Couple big hits going out.
Somebody call my mama.
I miss the FSU turnover backpack looking like Dora the Explorer in 2018. Bring it back, FSU. Is Miami Hurricanes fans need another good laugh lol face with tears of joy.
Yeah, Austin. I watched more FSU football than I'd like to admit when they had the turnover backpack, just so I could wait for it to come out. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Austin Cruz, for another $5. Jeez, man. Blowing it up. Somebody call my mama. I'll watch if you keep doing it. We might do it, Danny. Again, I want to do things that you guys are interested in. If there's no interest on the channel in the XFL, then we won't do it. You know, I'll just watch it and not do the hangouts and stuff. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying I want to do things that you guys are interested in. Man, I'm not going to lie, though. I thought going into halftime in the XFL, it was going to be like 21-35 or something. Like high scoring. Yeah, you're right, Bergie. A lot of people are mentioning that it's the game itself. Here's the thing. The game itself is faster, but the players are slower. So do they level each other out? Oh no. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my neighbors are apparently setting off pipe bombs every 5 minutes. So just a heads up if you're hearing that. You live in the middle of nowhere as part of your life. Couple of batted balls so far this afternoon. South Georgia Kane. Thank you, man. I don't know if I ever finished my sentence earlier. That last night when you became a Canes fan member, you did tier 3. And I did not realize that. And that's above and beyond. So thank you for that, man. That's crazy. I did not realize you did tier 3. Oh, I'm doing that. Did you guys see that with the Play XFL app? That you predict the scores, and if you get it exactly right, you can win money on the Play XFL app. Obviously, those of you that have been on my channel for a while know that I have 0% chance of winning, but you might be able to win. What's going on, Ghost? So yeah, I'm not. Oh, listen, this is not a sponsored stream or anything, but I checked that out. Play XFL app. Chance to win money? Why the heck not? Predicted scores for a game? And they're going to do something where, like the championship game, if you predict the score exactly right, you can win $1 million. I don't know what the fine print is. So I don't know if it's like, oh, well, if 10 people get it right, then you all have to split the money. Or if it's like 10 people get it right, then they're going to draw a person. And one person gets it. I don't know. But, Dante, you right. You right. I'm falling behind, aren't I? I'm falling behind. Hey, thank you for keeping me on my toes, Dante. You got to keep an eye on me. All right? I'm delayed on the scores, delayed on the quarter. What was your prediction? I didn't make a prediction for this one. I just had no idea what to expect. And I think many people are in that same boat. We really didn't know how this was going to go. That's typical Coop. That is right, Big Reg. You right. These QB's not looking good. Yeah. We're going to see how they look coming out in the second half. Remember you said in the video about the Cane starter culture? About that, look what the Miami Heat have done. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Um, what the Miami Heat have done this season. It's good to see. It's really good to see. Do you watch the NBA? I do. Yeah. Oh, I'll be checking out the Lakers and Warriors tonight. All right, let's see some touchdowns. He does, Big Red. He likes to put heat on the ball and he likes to throw it deep. And none of them have worked out really well for him so far. You're a Cavs fan, Danny? Austin says easy win for the Lakers. Yeah, probably. Now, is ESPN going to give us. Are they going to give us stats for the XFL games? I wonder if they are. It doesn't look like it. We'll try to look later. Start an XFL fantasy league. Yeah, look, listen, I'd be like, we're running some top secret plays here. Y'all can't be miking me up. Oh man, some of these passes are just ugly as heck, man. Links are down in the description, guys. Got a couple more people popping in if you guys are looking for it. Who am I rooting for? I really, to be honest with you, I'm not. I'm just kind of observing. Just kind of watching this one, sitting back. There are no coaches' challenges in the XFL either. Every play is subject to review by the official up in the booth, but no coaches' challenges because, well, it slows the game down. There you go, Dante. A lot of these guys are very thankful to be able to play the game again. You know? A lot of these guys wouldn't have an opportunity to ever play football again. So, to have people cheering for you, to be able to make a tackle, a catch, run the ball, throw the ball, you'd really want to sit back and just realize how big of a blessing it kind of is in the moment. And just like with any football, whether it be NFL, college, some games are going to be more entertaining than others. Some might be a defensive battle. Some might be high scoring. It's just going to depend. Yeah, you're right, Cypher. Not bad, not great, but not horrible either. Definitely much better than the XFL from the past. And I feel comfortable going ahead and saying that with just the first half of this behind us. Yep, Jim Zorn. Will we see a touchdown to close out the second quarter? Open field to the right. Yeah, that cutback, man. To the opposite side of the field. All right, all right. Right, 40 cal Matt. That's my team, man. Let's go, Vipers. I'll hold off on updating the scores until we find out if they go for 1, 2, or 3 points after the play. All right. Yep, I did, Dante. I did watch the Matt Drills video. Got me pumped up. Just a little shake and bake. So they're going for 1 point. All right, fine. Come on now. Where the team's going for 2 and 3 points? Come on now. Mel making use of the emotes. I like it, man. (13-9) with the way that their quarterback likes to throw. Listen, they should probably go for the 3-pointer. You're right. He's gonna rifle it in there, so why not? Sometimes more yards is good. Think they make a 4-point line? Scrap these sideline interviews. I initially said this is really cool, and I do think I've changed my mind. Maybe like only after a real big play. Like I'm talking a handful of them per game. But we're going on interview like number 8 or 10 here. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm not a fan of it at this point now. It was kind of cool at first and different. Yes. We discussed this in the rules video. I know you just heard it, but yes, it's correct. The kickoff has to go past the 20-yard line or you get the ball at the 45. Talk about some excellent field position with 20 seconds left and both your timeouts in your pocket. Yep. What's going on, Anthony Mendez? How are you, man? These short passes. Let an Eagles fan in here talk about Savage. Now keep in mind when we do this halftime break, the halftime is 10 minutes. And then we're right back in. But I kind of like it. Your kicker has one job. Kick the ball. You're right, Bergie. Yeah. And the return guy knows that it's somewhere within the 1 and the 20-yard line if he's going to have to catch it and return it. So once the ball is spotted, the play clock will start. Because what they're trying to eliminate is teams just running the clock out. When it gets towards the end of the game and they're trying to stop a comeback, they're trying to kind of stop that to an extent. I mean, you can't completely stop it, but wow. What? $55-yarder? Any Canes updates, Coop? There are a few that we discussed on the stream last night. We talked about spring injuries and stuff before we go into spring practice on February 29th. And a couple of other things. $55-yarder. Did he nail that? He nailed that. All right. 13-12. That could have been good for a couple more yards. All right. Somebody said, get that man a contract. New league reduces number of kicks, so the kicker comes out and makes one from 55. Right? In my video, I was like, all right, so the idea with the XFL is, less punts, less field goals, more teams going for it on fourth down. And there have been a ton of punts and several field goals already. Field goal attempts, anyways. You really don't know until you see it in action, right? When we just look at the rules, we just make a bunch of assumptions and try to piece it together and imagine what it's going to be. Well, we're seeing what it's going to be now, live on TV. Look at that boy's hair. I can't poke fun, Cantor. Like I said, because I wish that I had some more hair on my head, So... get him college eligibility and put him on the Canes. Hopefully the kicker from FIU is going to boost our kick game a little bit for Miami. TS, yes. I have 3 links down in the description for you, my friend. Basically, just close out of the chat expand the description under the video and scroll all the way to the bottom, and there are 3 options there for you. The top one is the best, then next best, and next best after that. All I ask is if you're not subbed to the channel, if you could do that to help grow the family here, drop a like on it, something like that. And even that is not required. If you don't feel like doing it, hey, no biggie. I really feel like the league should vary points for longer kicks. 40 to 49, 4 points. 50 plus 5 points. That'd be interesting, D. I mean, they already do that with the points after the touchdown. 1, 3, and 5. So, or sorry, excuse me, 1, 2, and 3. We need to offer him, bro. Oh, it's also on ESPN Plus. Appreciate it, Danny. All right. So I'm going to play a halftime kind of screen thing. I'm going to go get a refill. But again, initial reaction, halftime, first game. I'd like to see you guys put down there. Now that you've watched the first half of an XFL football game, what's your initial reaction? So far, the biggest thing for me is I'm happy that I'm getting to watch football in February. That's me. I liked the interviews at first. I'm kind of already over it. It'd be cool for, I think Dante even said it, for a couple of big plays, like a huge touchdown, like a kick return for a touchdown, or, some kind of big plays, but not after almost every single play. Not realistically, they're not doing every single play, but every couple of plays they're interviewing somebody, a coach or a player. I'm kind of already over that, And we need to be vocal about the feedback on this, on social media and other places, so that way they can make adjustments and changes to it, and actually kind of mold this league into something that we can enjoy, that we like watching. Much better than what we saw from the last XFL. Those were different times, though. But I'm excited to be able to watch football in February, I got to say. And 10-minute halftime. Yep. I know. I hope they do, Dante. Me too. You're right, D. Right? It's more family members to discuss football with. That's why I always push subscribing and trying to share the channel, because it's more people to talk football with, So some more interviews. All right. Expected bigger numbers. I did. I totally expected bigger numbers. 13 to 12 is not what I thought. Are you going to have links for the fight? Carlos, yes. But if you need a link for the UFC fight, you're going to have to DM me on Twitter. I don't know if my Twitter is on my halftime. It is. All right. So here's the thing. When I play my little halftime screen, camera in the locker room at half, they're really trying to bring the fans into it. And as I said, it's kind of cool, but I don't know how I feel about it at the same time. We'll talk about it. But follow me on Twitter and DM me if you need a link for the UFC fight tonight. And it'll show my Twitter on this halftime screen. So I'll see you guys in literally a few minutes. Go get your refills, grab you another slice of pizza, whatever you need to do, and we'll be back.
Get that bag, get through.
We ballin', boy.
Welcome back to the second half of the first XFL game. Listen, I understand what they're doing. I get it. I don't like the cameras in the locker room. No. I think that's a big NO from me, from Coach Coop. No, thank you. No cameras in the locker room. Listen, no. And Ruben Terry becoming a Canes fam level 2 member. Thank you for that, man. Ruben, if you refresh your stream or back out and come back into it, you should have access to special emotes that only Canes fan members get. There's a couple of cool ones. I change them out regularly. And you also have a nifty little U by your name. And I bet you it's going to look pretty darn good in the chat. So just refresh it, close out of it, come back in, and it should be there. Thank you for the support. So what do you guys think? Yay or nay for the cameras in the locker room at the half? I just ain't feeling it. I understand exactly what they're doing. As I said, they're trying to give you an inside look. It's stuff that that a fan wouldn't normally see. You know? But for me, it's a big NO. I bet a lot of people are still getting their refills and grabbing another slice of pizza. I warned you, literally 10-minute halftime, and we're right back in it. You can see in the fans, you still got fans out getting their nachos. But it's a tight game. 13-12. Me too, Terry. I'm repping the Vipers, man. Me too. Cypher says no way. Cantor, no way. Terry says no. Yeah, I feel like that if you're a fan of football, you understand that the locker room is just something you don't throw a camera in there. Unless maybe it's after the game and you're celebrating. How many balls can... So many drop balls today. On both sides. What you really think about Miami's offseason? Is Miami going to stay humbly confident, or is he going to be faux swag again at some point? It's hard to say, Dante. I'm hoping that he's learned from the mistakes he made in the first season. You know, I mean, his job and his life depend on it. And by life, I mean his work life, not his. You know what I'm saying. Not his actual life. I mean his work life. But there's still some things that he's gonna have to learn from. You know, second year head coach. You think it's corny that they do the cameras in the locker room? Yeah, welcome back, guys. People are filing back in. I guess not, Cantor. I guess not. I saw somebody say did they screenshot the play sheet? Manny's job is on the line this year. Hey, Ruben, that you looks good, man. Looks good by your name. Viper is the only team in the South. There seem to be a lot of Viper fans. Who's picking up Antonio Brown? Oh, boy. Whoo. Finally, somebody caught something. Thank goodness. Oh, Belichick wouldn't put up with it. They'd go to interview him on the sideline, and he'd decline. No, thank you. Actually, no, don't. Actually, remove the thank you. Just no. No. No one's going to touch Antonio. You're right. I don't think Antonio Brown may never play football again. I'm serious. Shake and bake. Breaking ankles from the big boy. Number 86. That's a pretty entertaining play right there. "39-yard touchdown reception." Right? Maybe he's getting warmed up, Cypher. Do you like one of these teams? I don't. No. I'm just watching the first XFL game. I don't have a dog in this fight. The teams not want to go for the 2 and 3 points? I honestly thought that was going to be kind of a go-to. (19-13). Let's update the quarter as well. (19-13). DC defenders on top. Am I enjoying it so far? Yeah. It's really different. It's not too hard to catch on to the rules and follow along, especially if you watch the rules video that I put up on the channel 2 days ago. It explains everything, all the rule changes and differences. The biggest thing right now has been the awkward interviews, the sideline interviews, and I think a lot of guys just getting comfortable again, kind of in a game time type environment. There's been a lot of mistakes made. You like it, Electric Kane? Dr. Hurricane, what's going on, man? Hey, sounds good, Cantor. I might be, but it'll be like super late. It'll be like real late if it happens. Otherwise, it's definitely happening next week, Cantor. If you guys are looking for links for the game, we've got an influx of people coming in here. There are 3 links down in the description. You're rooting for Seattle. We got Molten at DT also. Like so, yep. Yeah, a lot of people are pulling for them just because there's a Miami guy, you know. And that's where we talked about earlier in this live hangout, where a lot of people don't know exactly which team they're rooting for yet, and they're trying to find reasons to root for a team, whether it be past players that they're fans of or players that played on one of their favorite college teams, or the colors of the uniforms, the location of the team. Maybe you like the head coach. Maybe you just like the style of offense that they run. You know, some people may not really pick a team to ride with until after week 1 or 2. And I understand fully. That's a pretty big dude. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I tell people, Austin, I'm so glad, man, that I have ways to get links and don't have to pay for those fights. I'd have been so mad if I paid for that McGregor fight. Woo! I mean, good play, right? I mean, touchdown Seattle, good play. But I still feel like just threw a heater. Man, there were flames coming off of that ball. And I don't mean it necessarily in a good way. It's starting to pick up. You're right. These guys are going to get settled in, more comfortable. Patriots radar just went off. Wouldn't it be crazy if some of these guys, if the XFL was kind of a stepping stone to get either into the NFL or back into the NFL for some of these guys? Just depends, you know, on their past. Going for 1. I ain't updating it till I see what they get after the touchdown. Tie ball game. 19-19. Now I'm going to tell you something, though. I am a fan of no extra point kicks. I like this. I like that. I like the 1, 2, and 3 point options. And I like that they don't kick it. You have to run a play on offense. I think it keeps things a little more interesting. Right? People miss extra points. As Miami fans, we're very familiar with that. Right? But overall, it's typically automatic. And you have everybody march out onto the field to line up and kick something that, for the most part, again, is automatic. But this forces them to run a play. You have multiple options of points that you can score. So I like it. You like it too, Ruben? Can you buy a jersey yet? You can. You can, Danny. Listen, XFL just needs to go ahead. If we're going to do this thing, the XFL just needs to sponsor the channel, right? You know, I'm over here showing their merch. They do have jerseys and stuff. I was going to check and see how much they are. Let's go look real quick while we got commercials. So let's do. We go look at the Vipers. You know, they've got jerseys. They got shirts. That's an authentic game jersey. Oh, that one's sold out. All right. Wow. Okay, the Vipers jersey is sold out. It looks like they're about $75. Huh. Shirts $25. That's about normal. Wow. Okay, apparently they're pretty popular. Hoodies, hat. Oh, that's pretty dope right there. All right, hold up a minute. Hold up. That is clean right there. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I might be putting a listen. There might be a purchase or two after this stream. I don't know yet. Whoo! They got some pretty dope hats over there. Okay. Okay. Vince McMahon will sponsor you. I mean, all of my notifications are Vince McMahon, right? Like, come on. Imagine buying a jersey before even watching a game, though. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I might buy like a toboggan or something. You know, because I really think the Vipers are going to be the team that I'm going to support. That's why I'm not pushing the XFL on people. Like, you need to watch this. You got to watch this. Watch one and form your own opinion. You know, you like it or you don't like it. You want to see an overtime? Overtime is crazy. Overtime is crazy. It's alternating single possessions. Like, it's crazy. Need a Stacey Coley jersey? That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, I do like that. More space to operate, Dante. That's why I was saying I was actually kind of surprised that more teams weren't at least going for the 2 points. Will you stream any basketball or baseball games? Highly unlikely, Danny. Most likely not. It's pretty much going to always stay college football. Miami Hurricanes first and foremost. We sprinkle in the playoff games and conference championship games, national championship, of course. And then again, maybe the XFL, because this is brand new. Can you stream the NBA Finals? They're real weird about NBA stuff. Real weird. Any former Canes in the XFL? Yep, sure is, Hunter. There's several of them, actually. But the big one that keeps getting thrown out there is Stacey Coley playing for the Vipers. Yeah, you're right. They did go for 3 once. It's like a soccer shootout. Yeah, pretty much for the overtime. I'm curious to see how long this is going to take. This game's been going for about 2 hours now. I know it's going to be pretty dope, Austin. Yeah, I think you guys are right, though. They are settling in a little bit. And there's still only been, what, maybe like 4 penalties? so far in the game, which is not too bad at all. Wow. All right. All right. First half took an hour and a half. So they're going for about 3 to 3.5 hours per game. So right now they're right on schedule. Lots of broken ankles this afternoon. The Dragons defense started out strong. That first drive. I don't know. DC might start imposing their will a little bit. We'll see. Seattle guy just patched it. Oh, that one hurts, Bergie. But you're right. DC's starting to run the ball a little bit more. I like some ground and pound. My cousin knows the QB of the Dragons. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you're right, Terry. Just based on roster and all of the analytical data, you are right that Seattle would be technically the worst team in the league, so to say. But again, it'll be kind of a little hard to say. There's still a lot of assuming and things that happen until these guys really hit the field and play in some games. Yeah, I jinxed it. False start. Leave it to Coop to jinx it. Worst team in the best uniforms. I guess at least you look good while you suck, right? We're losing, but we look good while we do it. Now back-to-back flags. If you ever want something jinxed, just ask me to mention it, okay? Just ask me. You know, just say, Coop, can you say, wow, that quarterback has went 6 games and he's not thrown a single interception. And if I say it, within the next couple of plays after that, he'll throw one. He'll throw his first interception. You can bet on it. Say Miami is going to go 0-12. I like it. The reverse psychology kind of thing. All right, Hunter. I like it. I didn't think also Revolution Zone 316 subscribed to the channel during halftime. Thank you for that, man. I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate it. Coop thought Avante was going to Florida. Keep that reverse rolling. You're right. Yeah. Hey, and Bergie, sometimes it's good to be the underdog sometimes, right? If they pull through, they come out and they're technically the underdogs, preseason worst team in the XFL, and then they come out and end up balling out. Hey, you can say, I was a fan from the jump, you know? That's what's kind of cool. If you choose a team now in this first season, people can't say that you're hopping on the bandwagon. This is their first time, first season. Oh, Vince. Ref Taco, thank you for the sub, man. You missed the last 10 minutes. Yeah, 19-19, Cypher. Yep. Another flag. And people will get more familiar with the players on the teams as well, right? Like when you think Cowboys, right? You know Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. You know, when you think Packers, you think Aaron Rodgers. You know, Patriots, Tom Brady. A lot of people don't even know who's on the rosters for these teams at the moment. People who are coming in. So as they start to get familiar with that and stuff, maybe they'll get into it a little bit more. Y'all like the over-under spread displayed? I kind of do. I like that, Terry. I actually am a fan of that. Even the refs get mic coverage. Literally everyone is mic'd up. They might even have mics on some of the fans. I don't know. You think Dallas Cowboys, you think trash can? I think America's team. That's what I think when I think of the Cowboys. America's team. Tony says, boo. Go ahead. Is anybody here right now a Cowboys fan? 44 people. There's got to be one person that stands with me. Waterboy interviews, cameraman. This is already better than anything else going on in the sports landscape. I mean, right now, I definitely think so. No Cowboys fans. Not a single one. You're kidding me. Oh my gosh. Ref Taco says, I'm pulling myself. Ugh. No, we don't talk about NFL football. Well, we talk about it. We're talking about it now. I don't cover NFL football. I like Zeke. Well, that's understandable, Cypher, given his background in college. I fully understand. But we don't cover NFL football here. I just watch it. So now they're doing. Now Hardee's is doing sausage that is plant based. Listen, I'm not against the idea, but I don't want my sausage patty created in a lab somewhere. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. Healthy for you? Listen, there's probably a lot more in it than just plants. We won't get into that conversation. Links are in the description, guys, if you're trying to check out this game. Halfway through the third quarter. Carolina is your number one team. Panther Stadium is pretty nice. I went to the ACC Championship a couple years ago at the Panther Stadium, and it was a real nice stadium, and all the people working there were super nice. Terry is a Falcons fan. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it'd be rough. Be a Bengals fan, Cypher. All right, they're not picking up anything on the ground now. Some horrendous juking. Yeah. Danny ain't hiding about being a Packers fan. I didn't think you would. I was actually waiting for you to comment, Danny. A little screenplay. Nothing. All right. DC's defense stepped up that possession. All right. Oh, a pet. Sorry, Austin. Just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Oh, man. Good punt coverage. All right. Yeah, those helmets are dope. I like, listen, that orange stripe going down the middle that gets thinner as it goes towards the back kind of makes it. Like, yeah, the dragon is cool. But then if it's all white on the rest of the helmet, I don't think it really looks quite as good as it does. That orange stripe just nails it. I don't know. I feel like DC is going to end up kind of running away with this game, maybe in the fourth quarter. I feel like it's starting to click, and the things are starting to come together. That's pretty dope. There's a female ref out there. I just noticed that. Is that okay? Good. I was gonna say I don't know about that one. Okay. So far the refs are doing a good job. I think. I think their calls have been on point. There's not been anything that's questionable. That's something that you want to pay attention to, because the refs have got to be doing a good job too. Oh dang, Bergie's been getting me with some of these, man. There will be at least one female ref in every game. I'm cool with that. Oh, you know that ain't happening, Dante. Uh-uh. Maybe if it's a flag on the opponent, they might pick it up. Sometimes, man, you just got to make that cut and go upfield. Not do anything too fancy. That could have been like a 4th and 2, and instead it's a 4th and 6. Maybe could have got the first down. Probably not, but. Listen, it's coming together for DC a little bit. It's coming together. The cogwheels are turning. Maybe they're starting to get it. What's going on, Bears, Cubs, Canes? Are you dealing with the kids? I got you, man. It's been a good time so far. We've actually been kind of enjoying this. I know the score doesn't look like it. Seattle had that real big touchdown play. But otherwise, I feel like DC on offense is starting to get it. One-point play. All right. I'm looking for them three-pointers, man. I'm looking for them three-pointers. 25-19. Nice touchdown. Yeah, it was, Ruben. Conundrum, what's going on, man? You watching the game? Maybe Dante. I might have been referencing a couple of specific flag pickups. Maybe. Now, see, this interview is okay. Like, you just got the big touchdown. Like, that one's okay. You know. No link. I've got 3 links down in the description, Conundrum. Just scroll all the way down to the bottom. Hey, Coop, my other favorite Canes YouTuber is Paul Scoop on the U. Paul is a really good guy. He's very accurate with the info. Yeah, I like Paul a lot. I swear, I think the NFL should implement this kickoff rule. But you know what? They probably won't. This is something to think about. This might sound dumb, but think about it. If the NFL implements that rule, then everyone's going to know that they did it because they saw it work in the XFL. Are they really willing to do that? Like, the XFL is going to be like, we did that first, in like kind of like a bragging way. Like, we set the standard for the new kickoffs. Would the NFL actually do that? I don't know about that. I don't know. How stubborn would the NFL be when it comes to rule changes? Yeah, you're right, Cypher. Mark Rogers and Cam. Yeah, I like them a lot too, Crip. For me, YouTube's not a competition. Maybe I am supposed to treat it like that, or I should, but it's not for me. I put out content, and people that want to hang out and watch it will come and hang out and watch it. I'm not trying to directly compete with other people. We're all on the same platform. Why would I, try to compete with them or have it out with another YouTuber? Like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. See, what you do is you start building a lead, and you start tacking on those 3 points at the end. You really start stretching that bad boy out. Some big hits today. They might have, Terry. I don't keep up with the NFL a lot. I do watch the Cowboys, but I don't dive deep into the NFL. So I don't know. You good, Coop? We all family here. Yeah, that's the vibe and the feeling that I want to go for, you know? All right. Fourth quarter. of the first XFL game. 25-19, DC Defenders up. Let's go ahead and get it changed to the fourth quarter. I kind of can't wait to break this down. I think that after it, it may not get a lot of views, and that's all right. But I think that after this, I want to do a video just kind of my initial impression of the first XFL game. And then I want you guys to hop on there and comment on it. And that way you can full on, you know that lots of people will read it, everyone who watches the video. You can type out a flipping paragraph if you want to. And just kind of leave your initial thoughts and impressions on the first XFL game. I'll do that. I'll try to post a video today or tomorrow with that. You mean the Cowgirls? No, I mean America's team, Austin. You doing a live stream for the next game? I am not, Hunter. I'm actually not doing a live hangout for the next one. This was just testing the waters with doing the first XFL game. And I'm not known as an XFL channel, so I didn't expect hundreds of people to show up for it. I think this has been all right. We're hovering around 40 people, and you guys have been showing me some love and stuff this afternoon. And I love the conversations. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the idea of a beast. Yeah, the next XFL game. Who was it that's playing after this? After this is the LA Wildcats versus the Houston Roughnecks. And then the Vipers play tomorrow at 2 p.m. They play the New York Guardians. And then after that will be the St. Louis Battlehawks versus the Dallas Renegades. So 2 games tomorrow on Sunday. How can you be America's team when it's been 20 plus years without winning? I'm sticking to it, Danny. I'm sticking to it. I like to talk a little bit of smack. I wanted to talk a little bit of smack with the Cowboy stuff because I don't cover it on here, so. America's team. If you guys are looking for links for the game, fourth quarter is coming up. First XFL game. 3 links are down in the description for you if you want to check out the last quarter of this game. I am a Cowboys fan. Yes, Turin. I am, and no one else here is. So I am the Lone Ranger. All alone. Can we all at least agree on something, though? Okay, how about this? As we're kicking off this fourth quarter here. I'm the only Cowboys fan, but can we all agree that we're not Patriots fans? Come on now. Come on. I think that's something we can come together on. Right? 6-point game. And keep in mind, though, like I said, with that 1, 2, and 3-point options after the touchdowns, you can rack up some points quickly if needed. What? There's Patriots fans in here? Oh, man. I'm giving you guys a hard time. Come on now. I'm noticing a lot that it seems like the Seattle Dragons QB stares down his receiver pretty often. I feel like he's making it kind of easy for DC's defense. I won't deny that Tom Brady is a good football player. I will give credit where credit is due. I can bash a team and not be a fan of it, but I'll give credit when needed or where it's deserved. Like, when is he going through his reads and progressions? I feel like he's picking a guy and he's sticking to it. It's kind of cool, though, how the DC defenders have the shields. That'd be kind of a cool prop to have. Oh, you're a Packers fan, Turin? My dad would have a heart attack if the Dolphins picked up Brady. I don't know. I just that I feel like the Dragons are gonna struggle in their passing game this season with this quarterback. Look, look. He literally, all you have to do is watch his eyes, because he's going to choose the wide receiver he's throwing it to before they even hike the ball. I don't even care which one of these teams wins, but I'm just saying, I'm calling it how I'm seeing it. I know that he might have fell, but still, if you watch him, he already made up his mind. He did, yeah, he did slip. But still watch the Dragons QB. He ain't looking at anybody else. Even if that wide receiver did not slip, he still eyed him the whole time. And he's done that throughout the whole game. It's what happened on the last pick. Making it easy on the defense. Pick 6. So what's the official term? I'm the one who did the rules video, and I'm over here saying I don't know. What's going to be the official term for the points after the touchdown? Do they have an official term for it? I guess it's just points after, just PAT still? Points after, I guess they're just going to call it the same thing. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm using the right terminology here. Because it can potentially be points after touchdown, but you're not really going to abbreviate that any differently, I guess. So still just PAT. All right, 31-19 it is. (31-19). DC defenders on top. No, I don't think with the way that the Dragons quarterback is playing, I don't think they can win this game. But theoretically speaking, a 12-point lead in the XFL is not a big deal. Considering you can score 9 points total for a touchdown and then a 3-point PAT. You're right, still extra points, yeah. So that's why we're just going to say PAT. So I mean, a touchdown, 3-point PAT, and a field goal, and it's a tie game, right?
mama.
What's up, Coop and Kane's family?
Raji, it's good to see you. Somebody call my mama. Thank you for the $2. How you been, Raji? You watching the XFL? All of my notifications, Raji, or Vince McMahon. I felt like it was fitting, given the XFL, and the man is absolutely crazy. So, yeah, and that was the idea, was that you don't look at this and say, well, they're out of it. 12-point game, there's, fourth quarter, not a lot. I mean, like I said, the ability to score 9 points potentially total is a big deal. Do you like the XFL style so far? Wow, yes. So far, I do. And definitely don't judge the XFL purely off of this one game. Give it some time. Watch multiple games this weekend, and then maybe make kind of an initial assumption. Or form an initial opinion. Not assumption, sorry. Opinion. It's going to be like any game. NFL, college, whatever. Where some games are going to be more entertaining than others. Just depends. I think you're right, Cypher. I overestimated the double forward pass. I think you're right. It may not be seen that often. I was really pumped about it, reading about it on paper, but I think you're right. Jim Zorn never opened up the playbook. Just keep an eye on the Dragons QB, though. See if he improves his game any in the fourth quarter, if he goes through his reads and progressions at all. See if he continues to stare down his targets, his wide receivers. Okay, he made a couple of reads on that play. Okay. But yeah, so far I'm liking what I see overall. Links are down in the description, guys. A couple more people popping in. If you're looking for links for the game, I got 3 links down there for you. Oh, you just turned it off? You not liking it, Raji? Let me know how you feeling about the XFL. Did it just not click with you?
Daddy's coming home.
Wow, it's expert. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the family. No, that left foot came up right when it hit him in the hands. Oh, you just got home? I thought you said you turned the game off. Or maybe you said on. Did you say on and I read off? You said just turned it on. I read that you just turned it off. Like, how do I just saw a completely different word. It's been fairly entertaining so far, Raji. Most of us are happy to be watching football. It's kind of overall the agreement that we've had so far. 42-yarder. Okay, so he doesn't have quite the leg that the DC kicker has, but he did nail the 42-yard. Not nail. He made it. He squeezed it in, right? He fit it in there. Ooh, that hurts. Ooh. The Dragons have new life. That's tough. That's tough for DC right there. Held them to 3, thinking they're getting off the field. That man just throws an absolute bullet. Yeah, I'm not sure. Usually, ZJ is a pretty nice guy, so I'm not sure if he's just trying to troll and mess with people or what. I think because ZJ's a big Patriots fan, so I think that's what it was. Yeah, see, there you go. One of the players kind of saying, "Get that camera out of my face." They're gonna run into that. You liked the first XFL, Laro? It was crazy. I was a kid, so I can't really say much. I remember watching the first XFL game when I was younger, and I told my mom I wanted to watch the next one because I wanted to see what the cheerleaders looked like, and then she didn't let me watch anymore. I was little. You remember? You do you remember Mama Coop? I'm pretty sure we were at Pioneer Church. You people were like, "What are you talking about?" And I remember being like a younger kid and saying something to you about the cheerleaders in the XFL. No joke. And I remember you were like, "Do we need to have a talk?" I remember. That clock's winding down. Again, no coaches challenges, but every play is subject to review by the official up in the booth. But no challenges. That's kind of crazy. They're even letting you, again, mic'd up ref and mic'd up official up in the booth. So that's kind of interesting in a way. What do you think about that? Because you get to hear their train of thought. Huh. So you're not just getting the call, you're getting to hear the reasoning or how they're coming to that conclusion. That was the Nitro Girls for me. What's the Nitro Girls? I remember the Nitro. What's the Nitro Girls? Honestly, not liking this game has nothing to do with football. It's just something else. Maybe more important or interesting to some. If you like football, this is more than good enough for game one. It may be something, Dante, where you don't have a reason. You can't really pinpoint why you're not feeling it. I think for me, again, the biggest thing for people is going to be the having a team that you feel passionate about because of the coach or the players or something. You got to build up some kind of bond or relationship with one of these teams somehow. Because otherwise, you're watching a bunch of games of teams that you're not rooting for one of them. Like, you're kind of just sitting back and just watching it to watch football. You know? Kind of like how a Miami game feels different to me. You know, I can watch the national championship game, you know, last month and be like, you know, hey, we're sitting back, we're chilling, we're watching it, but I'm not like, touchdown, baby, let's go, you know, ringing the siren, like, you know, and kind of rooting for one of the teams. And I feel like until you have that it's just sitting back and just watching football, which is okay. It's not a bad thing, but you don't feel invested in it, you know? And I feel like a lot of people are going to struggle with that. WCW wrestling. Oh, that's probably why I'm not familiar. It is funny that they're having the NFL commercials. That is pretty. That is kind of humorous. Who should you root for? That's up to you, ZJ. I can't make that call for you. Some people are telling him root for DC. Yeah, it is going to take some time to get used to the rules a little bit. I tried to study them as best I could a couple of days ago, about a week ago actually, before I made that video. So I would at least have an overall general understanding of the rule differences. How many games are there this season? I'll have to look. I don't remember off the top of my head. Who was asking that? AJ? I'll have to look it up again. I did know, but I forgot. What time is the next XFL game? 5 o'clock today. So like 15 minutes is going to be the next one. And then there's 2 games tomorrow as well. Yeah, I'm okay with that, Laurel. That's what I'm saying. They're going to be experimenting a little bit with the interviews and the miking people up and stuff. Hopefully, again, they'll take the feedback from viewers and fans and tweak it and fine-tune it after the first weekend of games. Because people are going to be very vocal about it, about what they like and don't like. Trust me. Do I think John Jones wins tonight? No, No, I don't actually. I actually don't. Probably an unpopular opinion. I'm full of those, aren't I? I didn't get into the AAF. I will say that this has been more entertaining than the first AAF game I watched. How about that comparison? This has been much more entertaining than the first AAF game. I don't know about that spot. Would you say it is better than most college games? No. You think the XFL will affect NFL rules eventually? Yeah, it could. So they're going to double check that placement. That spot, definitely. I mean, okay, listen though. I do like the inside look with that. That's dope. Whether you agree with the calls or not, I'm just saying I like the inside look. Now the fans are like, hold up. Hey, fair enough, Crip. I enjoy you just chilling and hanging out with us, man. It's Black Hollywood on your other account. TJ Moneyboy, aka Black Hollywood. How you feeling, man? You checking out this game? The important thing is they got the call right after the fact. I mean, they did review it, and they did get a better spot with the ball. So, I mean, hey, I'll give them that. Again, that's plenty of time. 31-19 with 5.5 minutes left is actually plenty of time in the XFL. Absolutely. I do not think that, and I don't even know if they're planning on that or thinking they can. I don't think that the XFL, number one, it will not compete with college ball. And there's no way the XFL could overtake the NFL. And that's a very, very good way to look at it, Dante. It will always be number three. But they can capture that spot where there's no regular season football. So they could get a very large crowd. I mean, if you think about it. There's no other football right now. But it will always be number three. You're right. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Like, did he even... Oh, that's on the QB, man. Oh boy. He tried to pull it way too late and then kind of got caught in the middle. I saw a hold or two in there. I don't know about you guys, but I did see a hold or two in there on that first down play. Dragons need to turn over. Wanted to say nothing but respect to you, man. You grind so hard for this channel and it's underappreciated. Keep up the hard work. There's no other YouTuber I'd rather watch. Thank you, TJ Moneyboy, aka Black Hollywood. Appreciate the kind words, man. That keeps me going. It does keep me going. It does take a lot of work, but I love it. I love it. And the big thing, my mindset with this YouTube channel is I'm never going to settle. There's always room for me to improve and get better and bring you guys more entertaining content. I strive to be better and better every day. So thank you for that. What's going on, Canes 01 Miami? Is Kaya in the XFL? He is not. No. Because, see, then what we'll have is we'll have college ball and NFL. Then we'll have XFL and spring ball kind of overlapping a little bit. And then we only have to go like 3 months, 4 months max, and then college ball starts up again. So, I like it. They have a ball for each team that's specific to them, if I'm not mistaken. I may need to double check that information. Don't quote me on it. But at one point they were looking at having a ball for each team. It might not be though. It might not be. I may be wrong on that. New to the channel, Rod G. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Austin. I just can't. I love playing baseball, but I can't get into watching it. I just can't. All right. They're going to need a quick score. Quick score, and again, you can do onside kicks, but you have to let the referee know. So it's not going to be a surprise onside kick. Do I watch Major League Baseball? I don't. Nope, I've not watched a Major League Baseball game since I was probably 10 years old. It's been 20 years since I've watched a Major League Baseball game. The last Major League Baseball game I remember watching, and maybe somebody knows what I'm talking about, maybe I'm making no sense, was a Chicago Cubs game where a guy would have caught the ball, but a fan caught it instead, and this guy like got death threats from Cubs fans. How long ago was that? That was the last Major League Baseball game that I ever watched. Bartman, that sounds familiar. 2003. Okay, so that would have been the last time I watched a Major League Baseball game, about 17 years ago. Have not watched one since then. Are you going to stay on live for the second XFL game? I'm actually not. I was kind of just testing the waters with this first XFL game, and I think it's gone fairly well. I think it has. It's been fun hanging out. Kill the Mime says, I'm a Pirates fan. I think we're already mathematically eliminated. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Nope. I ain't eating that plant burger, darn it. Ain't happening. Can't wait for XFL 2K. What if they did make an XFL video game? An XFL video game that played like the NCAA video game. Interesting. Hopefully the NCAA football game does come back, but there's still some hurdles that would need to be figured out. Could it possibly happen? Yes. Will it? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I hope it does. No, if they did a video game for the XFL, it would have to be years into it. You can't just come out and release a game when most of the teams don't have a fairly large following. It wouldn't be successful. Disconnected.
Call my mama.
Baseball no Astros fans. I hope I hate Houston.
So Austin Cruz is not a fan of Houston. Good to know. Austin, thank you for another $1.99. Killing it this afternoon. Killing it, man. All right, let's see. Let's see if Seattle can put a drive together. They got one timeout left. DC's playing with some passion right now, though. They feel like they can win this game. What's going on, Lenoris? It's been pretty entertaining, Lenoris. I'm not going to lie. There's been some really cool things. There's been some really odd things, okay? You missed a player dropping an F-bomb on an interview live on ABC. They take the cameras in the locker room, Lenoris, at halftime. Real weird stuff. It's interesting, okay? I'm going to download that app, though. Play XFL. You can win $500,000 next weekend. Sign me up. How about this? We'll all get together and we'll all download the Play XFL app and we'll all make our score predictions. And if anyone wins, we'll all split the money. Huh? You guys are like, whatever, Coop. I ain't sharing nothing with you.
Somebody call my mama.
I live in Houston. I don't like any of teams here.
Fair enough, Raji. A lot of people make the mistake and think that you have to root for a team where you live. I've never really understood that. People assume that I'm a Tennessee Vols fan because I live in Tennessee, and obviously that couldn't be further from the truth. I think that your location where you live sometimes can affect that decision, but a lot of times it actually doesn't. I could drive 30 minutes and go 30 to 40 minutes and be at Neyland Stadium and go to every Tennessee game. I have no interest in doing so. But yet I have to drive for 12 hours to get to Miami to go to Hard Rock Stadium, and I'll do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it matters for some people, but it's just going to vary from person to person, fan to fan. But never assume that somebody is a fan of the home team of where they're from. You'll get some people pretty heated. And thank you for the $2, Rod G. How did you become a Hurricanes fan? I actually uploaded a video about 3 years ago on this channel. If you go to my channel and just search for how I became a Miami fan, it'll pop up. I need to redo that video. That was back when I had a crappy little $20 webcam, and I still wasn't fully comfortable on camera yet. Like, you see me glancing down at notes and stuff a lot to keep myself on topic. I'm a little more comfortable now, so maybe I should retell the story in another video. All right, let's see. Let's see. Great value camera. Yeah, 20 bucks, you know. Back in the day, we were doing videos on a $20 webcam. Now we're doing them on an $800 mirrorless cam. Crazy stuff. You want to know why? You want to know why we're doing it on an $800 mirrorless camera? You want to know why we have this awesome background behind us, the lighted U and the overlays? You watching. That's why. That's how. I know some people are filing out because we're starting to wrap up. I don't think Seattle can do it. Because of you, Bergie. Yeah, $3, man. That had to hurt. Official ball spotter. That's my man right there. Even when the receivers catch his ball, they're kind of like, whoa, dude. There's not a lot of time. They ain't taking a bunch of deep shots here. It's a minute and a half. Less than that, actually. Stares down his receivers a lot. His pocket presence seems meh. What did he do? What does 77 do? Like 77 was just like, go ahead, bruh. Go ahead, bruh. I'm done. I'm done for the day. Do they have onside kicks? Yes. Onside kicks are allowed, but you have to let the referee know you're going to do an onside kick. And then both teams line up in traditional NFL fashion for an onside kick. 77's done. He said, you telling me we got to play for another minute and a half? Yeah, look. What'd I say? He already made up his mind. That's who he's going to, and he's sticking to it. He knew when they broke that huddle that he was throwing the ball to number 19, and that was not going to change, period. It didn't matter if he was, it didn't matter, all right? Ain't no reason for me to dive any deeper into it. We've established this already. Nay. Can't nobody hold on to it either.
Somebody call my mama.
I kept my expectations low and came away pleasantly surprised. Good game and thanks for the watch party.
Hey, it was a good time, Cypher. Thank you for the $10, man. That's huge. Putting some money, some footballs over in the tip jar on the football channel. Thank you, Cypher. And I think that was the best way to go into it, right? Lower your expectations a little bit. It's not the NFL. It's not college ball. And like you said, overall pleasantly surprised for the first XFL game. I agree. I think so. Thank you for the 10, man. And I enjoyed hanging out, watching it, and that way we can react together. You know, talk about it, because listen, otherwise I'd be running there and be yapping at my wife, explaining the XFL and stuff, and she'd be like, come on, Coop. Come on now. So, well, she likes football too. All right, next man up. 4th and 15. What an opportunity to walk into. All right, bro. Get you in first snap in the XFL. I need you to convert a 4th and 15 to keep us alive in this football game. All right? I know it ain't over, but I have to go, and it's some actual work before I have to leave work. Hey, it's all good, Cypher. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Does she really call you Coop? No. I don't know what she calls me. We don't really call each other anything. We're just like, hey. Is that weird? I don't know. Oh, they brought it too. They brought it. They knew how to get him. As always, it was great hanging out with you. Look forward to hanging out again. Can't wait for more Canes talk. Same here, Mel. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Are you doing the other game that's on? I am not, DeMonte. I am not. This is going to be the only XFL game I do this weekend. We're testing the waters, seeing if it's successful on the channel. If I'm gauging the interest is kind of what I'm doing. And I know you have to keep at it. You know, this is not known as an XFL channel. So as I said, I didn't expect 1,000 people to be in here or anything like that. But it was fun. I liked it. I'll probably watch some of the ones tomorrow. I'll definitely watch the Vipers. 31-19. DC Defenders start out 1-0 in the XFL, taking down the Seattle Dragons. He's experimenting. Yes, I'm experimenting. Pretty please, Coop. Enjoy the rest of your day, you fan. Dante, it was a pleasure having you in the chat. As I said, I loved reading the opinions on this. What you guys think? For a league that wants to speed up, they sure seem like they're taking forever to get through the last 2 minutes. You're right, yeah. You're right. I'll be looking for you at the FSU game in November. Love the channel, homie. Appreciate the kind words, man. Yeah, that's the one game that I'm trying to make sure that I go to. Maybe 2 games if I can. But I really want to make the FSU game. I got to go eat too, man. I'm hungry. I definitely, looking at those burgers, those plant-based burgers on Hardee's commercials makes me want a real burger. So I'll watch as long as you're doing a live feed. I appreciate that, Rod G. All right. DC Defenders, like I said, what I'm probably going to do is film a video today or tomorrow and upload it. That's just kind of my thoughts on the first XFL game, kind of what I liked, what I didn't like, and I would love it, love it, love it, love it if all of you guys would comment on that video and let me know your thoughts, because I love reading it. You know, things that maybe you might bring up and be like, yeah, but Coop this and then this, or but Coop, this was pretty cool and I wish they would change this. Like, you know, I like reading your feedback and your opinions on it. Just conversating about football. We're talking about football in February. Let that sink in, okay? Like I said, I know it's not NFL and I know it ain't college, but we're talking football in February. 2020 is pretty crazy, right? Hey, good times, I think. Bears, Cubs, Canes sending us out with the $2 dono. Says, thanks, Coop. I'll let the computer read it out for you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Somebody call my mama.
Thanks, Coop.
Somebody call my mama. Thank you, Bears, Cubs, Canes. But I'll just give you overall, not diving deep into the video yet. I like it, and I'll definitely watch more of it. Better than AAF? Yes. Better than what the XFL was before? Yes. As Dante said, it will always be number 3. College, NFL, then XFL, but it gives us football when there's not normally football. So I had a good time. I enjoy it. So I'm going to play an outro screen. Just leave something. Leave something. A peace out. Put what team you're cheering for. And something. Give me something down there. Appreciate the love, guys. Top dono on the day. Turin blow. But I want to say thank you also to Bears, Cubs, Canes, Cypher, Rod G, Austin Cruz multiple times, and NFL DFS Payback. I knew that there was somebody. And then we also had a new Canes fan member, Ruben Terry. Appreciate that as well, man. You guys have a good rest of your afternoon. Enjoy that second XFL game if you're watching it. Otherwise, I'll see you real soon, all right? Hey, I know it's XFL, but go Canes, baby. Let's go. I'll see you soon, guys.